This is clear? So for example, for both the sequences, as n becomes very large, both the sequences get closer and closer to 0, without actually becoming 0, I can make them as small as I like around 0. So for both these sequences, 0 is a limit point. Okay, 0 is a limit point. Does this sequence have a point of accumulation? Does it get closer to any point as it becomes large? No. Does this sequence have a limit point? No. Right? So these two sequences have a limit point. They are said to be convergent sequences. They are said to be convergent sequences. Right? And the point at which they go are said to be the points of accumulation or the limit points of the sequence. So can somebody define the limit point for me? More formally. So we will now say that if we have the sequence x1, x2, xn, yeah, we'll say x star is a limit point or a point of accumulation of this sequence, right, if for every epsilon greater than 0 there exists an open ball around x of length epsilon, okay, such that at least one of the points of this sequence apart from xn always belongs to that open interval or that open ball for any epsilon around 0. So think of any epsilon around x, okay, x star issue. Yeah, so x star have a property that any open ball you choose, there is some point of this sequence, yeah, around x star which will contain the which will be contained in that open ball. Is that it clear? An open ball, you know what's an open ball? It's an open set in R where you get the distance, radius less than epsilon. So the ball point which have a radius less than epsilon, or a ball which has radius less than epsilon around x star is an open ball around x star. Yeah? So we say that a sequence has a limit point. A point, don't write it. Everyone understands this definition? You'll have to go back to the net and look at it. We are also going to look at some texts which are purely maths texts to understand this better, because you need to do some theorems, etc. to really clear these ideas in your mind. Yeah? Is this clear to everybody? Sure? How much more time do we have? 15 minutes. Is the idea of an open ball clear?
Sir, I'm a bit confused with the idea of epsilon.
Epsilon could be any ball. Epsilon is the radius of a ball. Right? So think of x star and think of a ball of a certain radius around it. Call this radius epsilon. Okay. Now, whatever epsilon you choose, so you have an x star, you have a ball of radius epsilon. That is set of all points which are at a distance less than epsilon, say an open ball. You can think of any epsilon around x star. Be it this big, be it small, whatever. Any arbitrary epsilon. So it could be any epsilon could be any arbitrary real number greater than 0. You can think of any arbitrary real number greater than 0, we call it epsilon, such that whatever open ball, whatever radius you choose around x star, there is some point of this sequence apart from x star itself in that open ball. Then x star will be called the limit point of that sequence. X star will be called the limit point of that sequence. No, all that it says is whatever circle, whatever radius you choose of the open ball, there should be at least one point of the sequence apart from x star in that radius. So if you make the radius smaller, you should still continue to find points of the sequence as it becomes larger and larger and larger, whatever, in that open ball. In which case, around x star. So the points of the sequence should accumulate around x star, even if you make the sequence, the ball around x star smaller and smaller and smaller. Then we'll say that x star is a limit point or a point of accumulation of the sequence.
So which means if as n increases, the sequence is tending towards x star.
That's right. That's right. But we are not using the word tending towards, we are saying x star is a limit point or a point of accumulation. In calculus, in the college you learn tending towards, right? But here you want to do a little bit more. Because you want to define closed sets and open sets. And when you have to define closed sets as complements of open sets, also closed sets as sets which contain all their points of accumulation, which we'll do in the next class. Okay? But before that, let me give you some exercises that we'll talk about now. Okay? So suppose A is an open set. Yeah? Suppose B is an open set. What will A union B be? Is A union B an open set? A is an open set. B is an open set. Will A union B be an open set? That is, A contains all its, every point of A is an interior point, every point of B is an interior point. So will every point of A union B also be an interior point? Will every point of A and B be an interior point? Prove this to me. Don't just think. Sit down. What do you mean by interior point? A point is an interior point if you can think of an open ball around that point which is contained entirely within that set. Within that set. So suppose it holds true for A, suppose it holds true for B, will it hold true for A union B? Yeah? No, don't draw this Venn diagram. No, but A union B is a collection of points which belong to A or B. So tell me whether A is an open set, B is an open set, will A union B be an open set? Think. Maths is all about thinking. Yeah, what do you guys think? So what do you have with X? Suppose X belongs to A union B. Yeah? So if that means either X belongs to A. So if X belongs to A, it's an interior point of A. Right? Or X belongs to B. A is an open set, so X is an interior point of A. B, if X belongs to B, B is an interior, X is the interior point of B. Right? Okay? Sure? So X is an interior point if it belongs to A or it belongs to B. So every point of A will be either belongs to A and therefore an interior point of A or an interior point of B. Okay? Therefore, it's an interior point of A or B. It's an interior point of A union B. Right? Therefore, A union. So it is either an interior point of A or an interior point of B. Right? Every element of A union B therefore is also an open set. But you have to give me a more formal proof in the next class. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the class next time for 10 minutes. Ask you to develop a proof, break you into groups. Now in the future what I'll do is I'll break all of you into groups and then I'll ask each of your groups to actually prove something for me. Right? Sure? Please start looking for books on maths now. Okay? 2 books you must read. Goldberger. There's a book by a man called Goldberger, Real Analysis. Goldberger, Real Analysis. Rudin, R-U-D-I-N, Rudin, R-U-D-I-N, Rudin, Real Analysis. Or just search the web, do things on your own. Yeah, prove that if A is an open set, B is an open set, A will be an open set. Sure? Thank you, folks. Yeah? Sorry. Yeah?
So we learned how to calculate the vector which is the distance of a point from the point.